This is the Ridgeway, sometimes called Britain's oldest road. It's been used by ancient Britons for thousands of years, and it's steeped in history, myth, and folklore. Today, it's a national trail, and every year thousands of people walk along it the wrong way. Welcome to the Songline of the Ridgeway. So the Ridgeway, if you're not from these parts, it's a natural formation. It's called Britain's oldest road, but it's not man-made. It's just a series of hills, a high point in the landscape, a ridge, if you will, and a way along that. And it terminates in a stone circle, a ancient Neolithic temple complex called Avebury. Think Stonehenge, but much, much larger. Most people walk from Avebury to a place called Ivanhoe Beacon. I can see the logic of that. It's because the prevailing winds are behind them, but you're kind of ignoring the historical precedent there. If you walk the other way from east to west, you are following in the footsteps of our ancient ancestors and forebears, the ancient Britons, going right back to the hunter-gatherers when the last ice sheets receded from the island of Britain. So walking along the Ridgeway, we are following in the steps of history. We're following the Danes, we're following the Vikings, we are following in the footsteps of King Arthur, fighting off the Anglo-Saxons. We're following in the footsteps of the Celtic peoples of Britain that built Iron Age hill forts all the way along here. And as we move further and further towards the head of the serpent, that is Avebury Temple, we're moving further back through history, through myth, through legend, into the deep time, into the dreaming of Britain. And if you don't mind me borrowing a concept from Aboriginal Australian mythology, it seems to me like the Ridgeway itself is like a dreaming serpent. So a bit of a different video this to what I normally make. It's going to be quite slow viewing, slow television. So get yourself a cup of tea, carve yourself a spoon, and follow me and Tamsin and our dog Nero with a tent, camping out on the land and sharing the stories of the landscape as we go. So I've walked this route many times before, but this time Tam and I only had 5 days. So we didn't start at Ivanhoe Beacon. That's longer. We started about halfway, which is in the town of Goring. We did that because we could get the train to Goring and walk the rest of the way and then just get a lift home, because I only live about half an hour away from Avebury Stone Circle. So we took the train to Goring with Nero, with everything we needed on our backs. We packed as light as we could, but it's still pretty heavy going. We will go from Goring and we will head up onto the Ridgeway, camping out, and our first destination point will be a burial mound called Scutchamer Knob, sometimes called the King's Barrow. It's said to be the final burial place of King Quick-Elm, who was an Anglo-Saxon king. It was also said to be the place where the Danes, the Vikings, moved through on their way to conquer Wessex until they were stopped by the future King of England, Alfred the Great. This is the poshest town in England. Gonna get some light refreshments. We've barely begun our walk. Cheers, babe. Leaving Goring and Streatley behind. Finally getting into nature. Get onto the actual Ridgeway soon, I hope. Buzzard, a good omen.
Is that a good omen?
The dog is so happy. Sainsbury's bag, we are such campers.
Oh, so nice to get your feet out of your shoes and socks though. About 4 miles.
We've walked about 4 miles?
Yes, but that includes like the train station walking.
Ah, right, okay. Well, it's better than a kick in the face.
You're better than a kick in the face.
Thanks, babe. Bye now. Thank you, Farmer's Field. Back on the road. It's a nice, refreshing sleep. Gonna try and get to the King's Barrow for lunch. It's in about 3 hours' time along this chalk road.
Good job that you do.
That is called Lowbury Hill, and there used to be a Roman temple on top of there. Quite a nice place for a temple. There's nothing left though, so we're not going to walk up there. What's that?
This is called Lowbury Town. This is getting low to get our strength back.
Snail mode.
Snail mode.
Wonder if my hat will be on a post near the White Horse. You having a stretch?
Yeah, I'm a bit sore. Why are you cutting it like that?
Just to really wind you up.
That's freaking weird.
There you go.
Hello, sorry. He's hiding in the bushes.
Dog on the left. Thank you.
Dogs found something then. Hogweed. We're a bit low on the old provisions, so foraging our dinner. Here we go. I'm having that one. Look at these. Oh yeah. Having that one. Having that one. Gonna hit myself in the face in a minute. Having that one. Having that one. That's what you want, these little broccoli florets. You've got to be a bit careful with hogweed because its sap that you can see on my fingers activates with sunlight and burns, so my hands are stinging a bit now, so careful when gathering in sunny conditions. That's a very disused railway line. So we've come from Goring here. We're now here. Still a fair way to go. Looks like the Ridgeway is about to go underneath the A34. So I think Nero's heard the banging of that tractor that just went by and he's not coming on apparently. Just got a message from Tam. Left my bag there, I'm sure it'll be alright. Oh, I went marching right on ahead, didn't I? There she is. Oh, he's coming now, I think. This is really nice not to have a pack on my back for a minute. There they come. If you're wondering why the Ridgeway is white, it's because it's chalk. You probably know that already. So chalk like the hill figures of Uffington, chalk like the white cliffs of Dover. In fact, the ancient name given by the classical writers for the mysterious island of Britain was Albion, which means white, because of all the chalk. Also, the chalk is pockmarked with flint, lots of flint here. The bane of farmers' ploughs, but probably very useful to Stone Age peoples for tools. What are you doing there, Tammy? Trying to put your pack on?
I'm stuck.
What are you doing? Why didn't you put your arm in the strap? There you go. And we're off. Our hopes for water have been dashed. Someone, in spite of Dr. Basil Phillips's memory, has disconnected the water. He was a countryman. Hello, boy. Come on then, let's go. Come on then, let's go.
Pretty sure we go that way though.
Yeah, it must be. Under the road. Under a creepy bridge. Foxes know. Ah. Here we go, some local Anglo-Saxons. Oh no, it's Alfred. King Alfred defeating the Danes. Silly Danes. And fittingly, it's England versus Denmark on the night before solstice. So perhaps England will get a win, spurred on by Alfred the Great. Sam's gone into tortoise mode again.
And the snail.
Well, come to where the Ridgeway bisects another road here, with a small car park. Nice car there. Oh, and the police presence, probably for illegal hare courses.
A nice boy.
Okay. Oh, now we're in this field of lichen and algae that's blemishing the landscape. I'm not as fit as I'd like to be.
Not nearer. Recording me as a snail.
Have we bitten off more than we can chew, babe?
I think we might have.
Are we going to get to Avebury by solstice?
Might have hit the bus.
Why are you strangling me, mate?
Oh no, definitely not.
We're doing a bag swap. Tam's going to wear my bag, just so we get sore in different places. I think that is Scutchamer Knob up ahead on the horizon. Trees growing out of the burial mound. What do you reckon, Nero? Ah, a bag of shit. An uncommon sight along the Ridgeway. A gift for the fairies, perhaps. Or just a terrible human being. There's trees that's grown all over this burial mound now. Must be somewhere in here. A bit overgrown. Well, certainly a good camp spot. So much flint everywhere. Find an arrowhead with all of this. Look at little oodles of it. Ah, perfect. Forest, burial mound, sunset, fire pit, broken bottle of water. We found our camp spot for the night. It's only 4 o'clock, mind, but we can cook some food and rest. You enjoying that, babe?
It's the best beer ever.
So this tastes, some people say like asparagus, but I don't think it tastes like asparagus. It is probably Britain's most underrated and criminally underused wild edible. And it's going to go with our gnocchi. Gnocchi, as I like to call it. Pocket salt. Looks a bit like MDMA. Uh-oh, how am I going to mix that in? Oh, yeah, go on, put the cheddar right in there. Gnocchi. Everybody loves gnocchi with at least one wild food ingredient.
That does look really good.
So we're camped here in a little strip of beach woodland up on the Ridgeway, and just here is a burial mound called Scutchamer Knob. Strange name. No one really knows how it has this name, but this is also sometimes called the King's Barrow, and legend has it that King Quickhelm, an Anglo-Saxon king, is buried here. He was alive in about the 7th century, and he was one of the early kings of Wessex. And according to legend, he was killed on this spot right here by the King of Mercia, King Edwin. This is when England was all squabbling Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. And apparently he was laid to rest there, so local people used to, when they come up here, doff their cap to the mound in honour of the king. This place also features in later legend to do with Anglo-Saxons and the Danes, when the Vikings, the great Viking army, was marauding its way down from East Anglia to conquer Wessex. They were told that if they reached this mound, they would never need to return home again across the sea, so they would conquer England, Anglo-Saxon England. They reached this place at night, but then King Alfred's forces, King Alfred's the Great's forces, ambushed them at night and killed them all in their sleep, so they never made it back to Denmark because they were all dead. I'm not sure how much truth there is in that legend because there hasn't been a huge amount of evidence of conflict here, and we don't know who was really buried in that mound. It was probably a Iron Age burial, but interestingly, this was the site of a shire moot from the Anglo-Saxon period onwards. That's like a kind of small parliament, a gathering of local chieftains and commoners to make rules and set boundaries and sell produce and find a wife. And this kind of fair went on for a long time until the Middle Ages, until it was finally put down by the Puritans because there was too much drunkenness and debauchery at this fair on top of a burial mound. Now, just the occasional weary traveller camps out here, swapping stories for a pinch of baccy or a wee dram of whiskey or what have you. Really beautiful place. When this burial mound, this hill, this knob, if you will, was excavated in the 19th century, they didn't find any evidence of a burial of a Saxon king or a Iron Age king or any at all. It could have been robbed. But what they did find was a big stump of an oak tree wrapped in willow, which was probably the moot stake. It was the central point where the great Anglo-Saxon assembly, parliament, would have been held by the chieftains of Wessex. It's really peaceful here on top of this burial mound, high above all the other settlements. There's another tent in the woods over there, so we're not alone tonight, we've got company. There's a girl in a van on the road as well, just lent us some water, which was lovely of her. So good feelings at this time of year. It's a good time to be here. This whole area has been excavated. You can see it's kind of like a crescent shape now. Kind of like a natural amphitheatre, you might say. Not natural, man-made amphitheatre of the dead. Come on then. Where's Tam? Let's find Tam. What are you doing, babe? You're carving a spoon. If you're wondering what spoon Tam is carving in the video, it's this one here in my hand, which, unbeknownst to me at the time, was a Ridgeway gift for me. Ridgeway, June 24. Very proud of my fiancée for her spoon carving skill. If you want to check out her website and see her creations, I'll put a link in the description. Early there.
The silhouette of you and Nero is so cute, babe.
No, are you looking after me? Is that what you're doing?
Come on, buddy.
Nero. Tam dreamt of gold and treasure, including a gold gulf.
And also crows.
And crows.
Big crows.
Perhaps it was the presence of the king's burial mound and buried treasure.
And crows sitting on the floor.
Right, and we are leaving the Barrow of King Quickelm. Thank you, your Madge. You ready, Nero? What's that?
Then you got a little bugger in your nose.
In town, we're just saying we've been through a bit of a psychological journey. Yesterday it was hard. I didn't really record it because, you know, why would you? But we were thinking like, oh shit, should we get a bus for a bit of it? Our bodies were broken. But yeah, all part of the psychological journey of the Ridgeway. We feel on top of the world today, don't we?
Yay!
That man there, he's going to Goring. He's walking the wrong way. Oh, some horse riders coming on the Ridgeway.
I'm going to have a pint of water,
Yeah.
a pint of Coca-Cola, Cola, full fat,
Yeah.
and a pint of cold lager.
Fuck. Yeah.
Maybe cider, Alison. Maybe I'll have both.
According to legend and myth, just beyond this woodland, there's a fucking water tap. Is it a tap? Is it a tap? No. No. It's a bag of shit.
You've been seeing a swan.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely. Where are you guys from?
California and California.
Oh, lovely. You enjoying walking the Ridgeway then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to hear it. You've got some very good sticks.
Yeah,
Good.
we like our sticks.
Excellent.
It's crap, isn't it?
Yeah, awful.
I've never seen such worse landscape.
Just a terrible, terrible trail. Ugh.
I'm joking, I love you this way. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah, mate. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
so
good boy.
nice. Ooh, on the other side, yeah. Ooh, isn't that lovely, mate? Good boy.
I'm not bloody drinking it, though. It's filthy, look at it.
Oh, it's so cute when he does that. Is that nice, buddy? They're calling you down a bit. Good boy.
That is the Wantage monument up ahead.
No, it isn't.
Oh. Well, then the book lied to me. I'm glad we bought these. I thought I was going to look like a bit of a knob with these, but they're really useful. The Wantage monument. My help cometh from the Lord, who hath made heaven and earth. Very religious man, King Alfred, apparently. So it looks like Wantage is down there somewhere, behind those trees. Down that pathway there, that's to Wantage, where there is a statue of King Alfred the Great. But that's off the Ridgeway, so we're not going there. In our darkest moment yesterday, we were thinking, should we just go to Wantage and get a bus further along the Ridgeway somewhere and then walk back up? But that's cheating. So there's a funny little story about King Alfred from the folklore. Once he was hiding out from the Danes, from the Vikings, in these woods, somewhere in these woods down here below this Ridgeway. And he was taken in for the night by a old woman in her humble little hut in the forest, because the Danes wouldn't look for him there. And she tasked the King Alfred, in disguise of course, to look after her cakes that were cooking by the fire in a little bread oven while she went out to forage. But Alfred wasn't much of a chef, and he let the cakes burn until they were black, and then the woman came back and scolded him when she didn't know that he was the future King of England. I like that story, and that those little burnt cakes are a name that we give to a fungus that grows on the ash tree. They're called King Alfred's cakes. They're very good tinder, so we might try and find some on this route somewhere if we find a dead ash tree to light our fire tonight. We're in a bit of a rush. The pub stops doing food at 2:30. The Greyhound in... what village is it?
Letcombe, Regis.
Look at that tail.
It's so swishy. You swish my star. It's so muddy. Tell you what, nothing quickens your pace more than knowing there's a pub at the end of the walk.
Oh. Would have been genius if I got that on video. You just stacking it. Oh, grouse. A famous grouse. There's the road, look. Another one of these signs. How are we doing? Lord Wantage's monument. That's where we've just been. Coming up to Segsbury Castle. That's where we dip down. That's where we're going. Feels weird crossing a road after being up on the high grounds of the Ridgeway with this bird song in your ears. Bloody loads of the things.
Encourage me and let me.
What are you looking at?
Just down that field,
Yeah.
there's like some dark patches.
There is a giant cock and balls down there.
Giant cock and balls.
I wonder what that tree clump is, if that's another burial mound or...
I think they call it a tumuli.
Nero, sit.
Only to the monument, and then I'm going back to Wantage.
Oh, back to Wantage, is that where you're from?
I live locally.
Ah, nice, okay.
Oh, that's nice. It's a good walk.
I've done the whole of it several times.
Oh, have
The last
you?
20 years, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Where have you come from?
We're actually from not far from Avebury, so we're walking
nice.
there for Summer Solstice and
But
then
we
getting a
just-
lift back home.
I met another couple in Letcombe, Regis, who said they were going
Oh, right.
to the Summer Solstice.
We've met a few, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You
Actually,
can always
that's where
tell
I
because
was-
they've got the bags on.
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was something unusual about it, because the bloke, he was, well, about 60ish, quite a
Oh,
bit
wow.
overweight,
Oh, right.
but he had painted nails blue. which
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
blimey, that's
All
very-
sorts of
that's very
strange thoughts
Avebury, isn't
descending
it?
on Avebury at this time of year.
Yes.
and his partner, if that's the right word, was as thin as he was plump.
Oh, right.
Apparently was stopping at various places en route to recite poetry.
Oh, wow.
That sounds nice.
Yes,
That does sound
that.
lovely.
takes all sorts. doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, we're actually off to Letcombe Regis for a pub lunch now, aren't we? So.
Are you?
We're going to the Greyhound, how is it?
Expensive.
Oh.
Good, all right. Well, we haven't
Okay.
spent much money over the last 2 days, so...
Wantage is a better bet.
We were going to walk there, but we thought it was too far off the Ridgeway.
Well, at Letcombe there's a very big hill back up. It's called Cardiac Hill. Going down's all right, but you've got to come back up.
I can tell it's starting to get a bit busier, this section of the Ridgeway. He said he met a couple of people that were reciting poetry along the Ridgeway, which seems a apt thing to do, speaking beauty back into the land. Funny thing about the Ridgeway, it just kind of puts good cheer on people. Oh, car coming. Big hole in the chalk.
So, yeah, it's kind of like a good life lesson, isn't it?
Were you just saying that to push yourself through difficult times is the only way to grow?
Yeah, it's good perseverance.
I think you've written a song about that, haven't you?
I have written a song about that.
Thames being a tortoise again. It's an interesting old farm building, that. I like that. Do get a few scattered farm buildings on sections of the Ridgeway. Crows. Leading our way to a burial site within a causewayed enclosure. Segsbury Camp. Not entirely sure of our path now. Bit of death. Here we go. Back onto the Ridgeway. Crows again in that tree. Here we are, Segsbury Castle. Probably another burial mound there. It's like the crows know something. Tell me about the burger.
I do a caramelised red onion beef burger, Swiss cheese, mace spiced mushroom ketchup. Not sure how I feel about mace.
I don't care, I'm having it.
Spring onions, greens, chips.
I have a feeling that she's hungry.
Is that lovely, doggo?
So, right turn to Segsbury Castle. Yeah. Segsbury. I think this is it. This unassuming feature in the landscape is Segsbury Castle, an Iron Age hill fort. No, wait, an Iron Age hill fort. No, it's just some sort of escarpment. Yeah, this is it. This is the edge. This is the wall. This is the ditch and wall of the hill fort. You can see this rampart, ditch, and another rampart. Once upon a time, possibly having some form of palisade wall. As I say, it's probably not originally defensive. So this trackway is actually going directly through this hill fort. There's some sheep there grazing in the western half of it, and that hedgerow over there is on a bank of the circular hill fort. This is the other half of it, and it's got 4 gates on it, so it was actually built to, I guess, control the Ridgeway. Down the hill into the village, where a pint awaits and a burger.
And then an extra side of chunky chips and a side salad if you could do one, that'd be great. Lovely, thank you so much. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. As long as I just don't want to miss it.
I see what that old geezer was saying there. This would be a bit of a killer of a hill to climb back up. We're going to find a detour on our way back up. We're going to find the Blowing Stone Inn, which is near the Blowing Stone, which is a sarsen stone with a bit of folklore attached to it. It's a proper traditional farm, that is. Iron Age peoples of Britain, well known for their herding of llamas and alpacas. What the fuck is that, mate? It's just like a sheep, but it's got a long neck. You weirdo. This is like our place. Car graveyard. Buried treasure in there. Probably guarded by a dragon.
That is so cool. Love that.
That's an American thing, isn't
It's
it?
awesome, isn't it?
Left and then right.
Someone mending a thatch up there. Wantage is a bit wonky. There is a general election coming up as of the time of recording. 2024, June. Looks like the Conservatives are going to face a wipeout and Labour's going to get in. If this video is still live in 10 years' time, let's see how that goes. Here we go, pub. Boy, mate.
Happy tortoise.
Yeah, happy snail.
I'm a very happy snail.
You know, I think snails die if you put them in beer.
Your drink, sir.
Oh God, look at that! It's treasure. It's Anglo-Saxon gold.
Golden treasure.
Oh
So happy.
yes, cheers, babe.
Cheers. Oh my god, so good.
That's the best sip of beer that anyone has ever tasted.
I agree.
Ah, that's so good. Ah, isn't that good, Nero?
The best feeling ever. It's like a 4-hour walk and we've done 2 hours of it. So.
We've got 2 more hours to go then.
Yeah.
Well, that'll take us up to Whitehorse Hill.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we could even get further than that. I think we stay here till like 5.
We might be able to get to Wayland Smithy tonight, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Amazing.
I think let's stay here till like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and walk when it's a bit cooler.
Yeah, walk when it's cooler.
And we'll be a bit pissed. Are you happy, babe? Fluids. There is a happy Tamsin. Look, this is the poshest burger ever. Look, it's got goat's cheese and tzatziki in it. Brioche bun. Fries, not chips. It's amazing. This is such a nice little pit stop in our journey. We're going to stay here for a couple of hours.
Perfect. Paradise. Quiet garden. Sleeping doggo. He's still awake.
The shop in my village is not like this. I've never seen a thatched village shop before.
Would you like a seat?
So we've taken a bit of a detour to the town of something Regis. Limpton Regis, it's quite posh. Lindcombe Regis, it doesn't matter what it's called. And we're going to another village along the base of the Ridgeway where there is the Blowing Stone, which is quite fun. And we're actually going to get a lift. A barmaid at the pub is going to put us in the back of her sheep van. So it's cheating a bit, but we're just going to cut a little bit of time off because it's not on the Ridgeway. So we're just going to nip along to the next village and then head back up. Don't know why I told you that, you don't give a shit. This is Rosie. Rosie has very kindly given us a ride in a sheep wagon. Amazingly as well. Stop it, mate. Rosie's got a sheep farm on the, what's it called? Segsbury Castle? Segsbury Camp, where we've just been. This is the pub we were going to go to, the Blowing Stone.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Oh, those 2 pints have gone to my head. And let's see if we see a cottage with a big sarsen stone in the garden. Another lovely thatched cottage there. Back onto the Ridgeway.
I love that she wasn't scared of like getting hassled in there. So when I first met her, I was thinking, oh, maybe she's like.
It's interesting this church is called St John the Baptist because Summer Solstice is the feast day of St John the Baptist. It's another omen. Back up to the Ridgeway. Your impression of a snail on a lettuce leaf? No, it wasn't like that, it was smiling. God, looking for a massive sarsen stone in a cottage garden is like looking for a needle in a bloody haystack. Snails can't talk.
I can.
The blowing stone. Feed the gods with their shiny gold food. So this is the blowing stone, which sounds a bit lewd, I know, but this is a sarsen stone with many, many holes in it. And according to legend, if you blow in one of these holes hard enough, it will make a trumpet sound that can be heard all the way up on White Horse Hill. And according to some legends, only the worthy can make a sound out of it. And if it does make a sound, King Alfred himself will burst out of that hill with a retinue of warriors and fight off any invading Danes that have landed on these shores. So, let's give it a go. Not that one. And others say it summons the dragon energy that is imbued in the hillside. Hang on, let's give it one more go. Maybe this one.
Others say they just make you do it so you look like a bit of a twat.
Right, well I'm glad we made this detour because I've never seen this sarsen stone before. So now we'll go up to White Horse Hill and see if a band of Iron Age or early medieval warriors are waiting for us after I've blown this stone.
What goes down must also go back up. Alas, a very large hill after a burger and 2 pints.
I feel high on dragon energy.
And 2 pints.
And 2 pints. You are dealing with this much more humorously than yesterday. It's the 2 pints again, isn't it?
2 pints. Hills are not my forte. Hill fort.
Oh, we made it to the top. There is the Ridgeway. We're back. Come on, dog lord. Come, let's go hunting. Onward. And we are back on the Ridgeway. Blowing stone in, 20-minute walk. Pfft. Yeah, if you're walking downhill, maybe. And now, back on the ancient trackway. Shady.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
This woman that I'm about to marry, in a year's time nearly, just pretended that I had left all our food for dinner on the pub table. Look at her so pleased with herself.
It's in my bag, look.
Oh,
Got you.
she's a riot. Pissing herself.
I did get you though, didn't I?
It's good to be back up here. Found a little wood off the Ridgeway to rest and debag. I bet this wood has a story to it. Very old 20p piece on this log. I wouldn't be surprised if that was left here as a votive offering by someone. Because this feels like an important place. I love these little woodlands on the Ridgeway. Just dotted along the Ridgeway, they give you shelter from the sun, somewhere to camp. On the map there's a fort called Ram's Fort, just the other side over there. Can't find out much about it, but another forgotten marker on the landscape. So we're going to keep walking in a minute. We're going to get to Uffington Whitehorse Hill and Dragon Hill. And then a little bit further we get to Waylands Smithy, which is a very interesting place and has a lot of myth and folklore attached to it. Ditches. So this little strip is National Trust and either side is private farmland. It's quite good really. I'm quite happy to have this in our green and pleasant land. A publicly owned strip of land stretching from one part of the island to another. Hey, barley hound, what are you doing in there? It says Kaidida.
Kaidida?
Candida.
Candiba. Candiba.
It is a memorial stone to a woman called Candida.
And she said we arranged to meet at Candida's house in Uffington.
Rest in peace, Candida.
Sun's in the background. You getting over then? Oh, the one we went to.
Look at this! It's amazing! Uffington Castle should be just over the brow of this hill, and then the White Horse beyond that, and Dragon Hill just beyond that. This is a proper hill fort. Look at it. Look at those ramparts. Uffington Castle.
Oh, I love a good rampart.
I love a good rampart. So this is Uffington Castle, one of the larger hill forts along the Ridgeway. Unlike Segsbury Castle, this one actually is a hill fort. It was a defensive structure in the Iron Age. It would have had huge wooden ramparts on the inner and outer ring, and inside would have been a city of round houses, smoke curling up. This was the regional capital of the Atrebates tribe of ancient Celtic Britons in the Iron Age, and their symbol was the horse, which is in evidence on the hillside below me. Thing is though, both this castle and the White Horse is older than the Iron Age. It's early Bronze Age, so whatever its original purpose was is in some ways a mystery. So this hill fort here is just about visible along the Ridgeway to Ram's Fort, just the other side of the tree line where we just were, and then beyond that is Segsbury Castle where we were a few hours ago. So lots of control points, acupuncture points along the Ridgeway to give whatever tribe dominion over that section of the Ridgeway. This hill behind me is Dragon Hill, a ritual platform from the early Bronze Age connecting these two structures. And the white horse, a hill figure, is just beyond that bluff there. So we've been up here, but no Anglo-Saxon retinue of warriors on the hillside, which is a bit disappointing because it means my spiritual horn blast wasn't heard in the subterranean realms beneath Uffington Castle. This is where King Alfred the Great finally defeated the Vikings at Uffington Castle behind me, and that horse was cut into the hill to commemorate his victory. Obviously we now know the horse is way older than the early medieval, but it keeps on recurring in the folklore.
Good boy.
It feels like you're walking into a gateway to another world. The sun in your eyes and the bird song. It's really, you can just feel the energy here. Clearly a important place for millennia. But there are many that think that the white horse, before it was a horse in the Iron Age, before that, sometime in the late Bronze Age, when the hill figure may have been cut, some people speculate it may have been a dragon, a representation of the undulating serpent energy in the landscape. I'm back on the Ridgeway. What, a squirrel's made a nest in my hat?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll be happy with that.
Or a rabbit.
Or a rabbit. Stone, White Horse Hill, Wayland, Smithy, Long Barrow. That's going to be our camp for the night, although not inside, because frankly I'll be terrified and it's a bit disrespectful. There's a nice lady that we just met who lives at Uffington, who says there's a good patch of woodland opposite Wayland Smithy, which people often camp in. That's good. There you can see Uffington Castle behind us. So this is Wayland Smithy, chambered tomb. There's a bit of folklore attached to Wayland Smithy. It's said that if you place a coin at the entrance of the Barrow and leave your horse overnight and go away, when you come back in the morning, the coin will be gone and your horse will have new shoes, which connects very interestingly to some of the other mythology of this Barrow. Wayland is sometimes called the Anglo-Saxon god of metalworking. In the Norse sagas, he's an elf, and there's a very interesting story attached to him, and he supposedly lives under this Barrow.
I don't you jump straight
Disillusioned.
What, is it interesting?
No, not the slightest.
We met these interesting characters here, these three troubadours, next to this
Wayland.
ancient monument of Wayland Smithy.
What's this instrument called?
It's a stick dulcimer, also known as a dalzuki, made
Oh.
by our master woodsmith instrument maker Pete.
Oh,
Amazing. What else? Do you just make dulcimers or do you make other instruments?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. 3 strings. What tuning is it in there?
Yeah, it's in D-A-D, is it?
Okay.
Do you play?
I play guitar.
Oh, would you like it? Did you really?
Yes, but
Dogs don't drink.
it works. But it's not.
Yeah, it's quite intuitive. You'll find it.
And the frets are so wide, so.
An expensive guitar.
Yeah, it really like resonates into the air around. You know, you can hear it from quite a while away, despite its size.
Well, I've enjoyed your playing.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed your stories. What's this singing?
Like a really nice
My little brother. I love his
neck on it, which is made from the holly, but it's retained from an 80-year-old canal boat door.
He's my
So
little brother.
it's got a real nice story to it.
I'll always
And
look
then the
after
top's
him.
made out of cherry, which was taken from a tree that was felled about 4 metres
I
outside the
care
workshop.
for him, you
And
know.
then I've got a bit of sycamore that was given
Whatever he
Standard
does,
Estate and the National Trust
it's
as well.
wrong.
And then,
I can
yeah,
live
there's
with.
different bits. Sort of,
He's my brother.
Hello, boy.
bits of wood lying around.
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. How's your family from?
Just down the way from Shrivenham.
Oh, okay.
So, about 40 minutes up.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Is that a regular route? Are you walking or are you?
Yeah, we're walking. Pete started from Ivanhoe Beacon.
There are ley lines all over Britain, and they used to, when I was at school, they used to teach me that all of the straight lines across Britain were derived by the Romans, and they used to call them Roman roads
Yeah,
because they were straight.
yeah.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. We had ley lines across Britain long before the Romans ever turned up. These are ley lines. They're not Roman roads, they're ley lines. And we're sat on a ley line here now. The Ridgeway is a ley line between 2 destinations. We had this interaction, we had this trade route all over Europe long before the Romans ever turned up. Long before they turned up.
This is why walking the Ridgeway at this time of year is interesting, because you meet lots of interesting people.
Well, thank you. It was very nice of you to say.
I wonder if we're going to meet Sonny again.
Yeah, we might
There'll
be
be drums.
Yeah.
There'll be drums. There'll be people.
Yeah, no problem. I can do that.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so gorgeous.
All right, Diesel. Nero, stop trying to... Roger the other dog.
Right, there's a stone with a cup.
Oh, cool.
And it's a sight line.
Must have done about 10 miles today.
But it's just in this little forecourt area where all the bones were kind of placed and arranged. Hey, boy. You looking for elves, mate? Come on then. Inside Wayland Smithy, chambered long Barrow. Always feels deeply significant, this place. It's amazing coming here and finding troubadour. Sometimes with a hagstone like this, it is said that they were created so that when you look through them, or if they're natural, when you look through them, it's a way to see the other side, the realm of elves, the Sidhe and fairies. One of the theories about this mound is that it was a place for the ancestors, a house for the ancestors. So in the early Neolithic, many communities from around these hills would come and place their dead over several generations, and the bones would keep getting reordered, and there may have been some ritual in the forecourt, some ritual around sending the dead off, and for a long time the bones would be venerated, so they would look after the living. That's kind of what ancestor worship is all about.
Sightline.
So the gentleman we just met, who had come up from Devon for Solstice, he told me something I never knew about this monument. There's a sight line between these two stones, and you can look through this hole, through that cup in the next stone. So we're going to find a nice spot in the woods by Wayland Smithy to camp. Hogweed. We're going to struggle through a hedge, mate. Come on. Spot. Best camp spot yet. Oh wow. We've moved inside the tree line because it's a bit less windy, a bit more sheltered here, but we've still got a nice view. So we're going to camp out here.
Yeah.
Find the clicking very satisfying.
Yeah.
What, when you snap the poles in?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can't believe it's full moon.
I don't know what that is, but it's going to be nice. Hogweed, beans, tomatoes! Ooh, other stuff. Onion and salami. And chips, leftover chips, you know, for stodge. And with that, we are going to have some of this. This is Druid's fluid, which sounds rude, but I bought this for Tam for our Ridgeway walk. And it is port, but made out of hedgerow foraged plants, such as, I don't know, blackberries and other things.
Sloes.
Dark and mysterious hedgerow port. Oh, that is really good, hedgerow port. Strange kind of energy in this place. I didn't say this when I was in situ, but when we were camped out there that night, and I got a little bit merry on that Druid's fluid, and I swear I kept seeing further along the Ridgeway these fires and loads of people talking. I could see people gathered round. But then when my eyes focused or I got up to investigate, it just turned into the lights of the towns in the distance, probably Swindon or Highworth. But then I settled back down, and again, like a hallucination, the lights would kind of manifest into groups of people talking and telling stories. Very, very strange. This happened 3 or 4 times, this repeat hallucination. If I didn't know better, I would say it was the elves or goblins. I highly recommend this. It was very good. Got another 2 hours walk today to a farm shop on the Ridgeway, which is convenient, and then another few hours to Hackpen Hill, and we'll stop off for the night. Hackpen Hill is a fairy mound, so that should provide some interesting dreams.
Where's my talisman? Thank you.
And we're off out of the woods. Nero, stop pissing whenever I film. Nero's off, chasing something.
Well, we're not out of the woods yet.
Except we are. Oh, this is beautiful. Crossing another road. Back on the Ridgeway. Bit too early for a pint, isn't it?
It's a bit.
In our journey.
As much as I could eat another burger.
Along the Ridgeway, onwards. Oh, this is beautiful. So the Ridgeway is now heading due west. It's going to start going southwest in a minute, down just to the east of Avebury Henge. More old barns. I love those. Look at all that wiggly tin. Wiggly tin. Look, another sign. It's a Viking ship. Another byway. Drinking water. Thank you, farmer. Trough water for animals, no washing. Well, you smell like an animal. Sorry, that just came out. Oh, that's good. We've just met these guys at the watering hole here. They've been wild camping from Goring, same as us, but they've got some highly evolved form of transportation, which we haven't got.
We saw a lady like miles and miles back with a sack truck full of stuff. She was going to Avebury like days ago.
Blimey.
Yeah.
I miss the days when you were just, for like the last couple of miles, there would just be vans.
Yeah, they stopped all that.
Yeah.
We have been coming here 20 years. But she's on call, so...
Oh. Did you get married at Solstice?
Yeah, the day after.
The day after? That's so lovely.
We're getting married next year on Solstice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is like our pre-wedding.
The pre-wedding...
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a calf on the way, a calf and a campsite
Yeah.
on the way here, but it's not signposted, so you can go straight past it.
Oh, right.
You can get showered and get a full English bouquet. His great-granddad was a blacksmith in the 30s.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you used to be able to take your horse to there and leave it overnight and it would magically get shod. It was his granddad, he reckoned. He was a drinker and his brothers used to be blacksmiths. They used to go there. So it's great.
So there you go,
We
a potential source of the Wayland Smith legend, a trickster blacksmith in the 1930s.
And, you know, I don't know, people come for a bit of a party, and it is a party, it's a celebration, but like, I don't know, it just feels a bit more heart than drug fueled, really.
Yeah,
it's a bit
I
more
totally
like-
agree with
I
you.
think nowadays it feels more, there's a lot more ceremony to it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I didn't go when it was carnage, but it does feel like more pagan.
It was
and
really
spiritual.
full on, but it was okay. You know, I was much younger then, so it was all right. But now, I just don't know. All my children are coming now.
It feels like you can like really find your own little space of
You
peace.
can,
It doesn't matter
yeah.
like how many people are there.
Because you've got such a big circle that you can find your own space amongst it all. So
Yeah, it's really nice.
So that's a really nice encounter at the watering hole here with a gentleman that's been making the journey to Avebury for Solstice for 20 years and has seen all the changes. We got a problem. There's a crack in my water vessel. There it is, leaking out everywhere. This is a good vehicle. On your lead, mate. Yeah. Excellent living vehicle here. Loving your home, mate. Gorgeous.
Lovely.
Looks like he hasn't moved in a long time and he's been there a couple of years. Kind of got stuck. Lovely life, it looks like he has there. Little wind turbine on top, basketball hoop, deck chair out the front. Lovely. Do you want to live like that one day, babe?
Yes, I do, thank you.
Good job we got a van then.
Good job it is.
Do you want to get a boat next?
Yes.
It'd be good to drive Greenie onto the Ridgeway and just live there for a while.
Yeah, well, we could just drive Greenie into the canal and live there for a while. Is that good, my boy?
Good boy. That way.
He just knows.
You're a dandy, Nero. Bad news and good news. The bad news was the pub, the only pub on the Ridgeway, has turned into an Indian restaurant. Make of that what you will. The good news is it opens in a minute. Right, we ready? Bollocks. Let's go.
One more time.
Cobra beer. So the Ridgeway continues just past that phone box, bisected by this Neolithic causeway before us, with these chariots rolling past. Knights of the road. Other hikers on the trail. Right, we're off. Back on the Ridgeway. Get away from this town. Well, it's a collection of houses with an Indian restaurant. What more do you want from a town?
I don't know, shop.
Liddington. There's a good piece of folklore about this village. Really want to get back on the Ridgeway now. So this is the section of the Ridgeway which is bisected by the M4 motorway, which has kind of taken the place of the Ridgeway as the main east to west artery of southern England since the Stone Age. So we'll have to get past that contemporary barrier and then we'll be back on the ancient road. Look at this artery in the landscape. Really feels like two different worlds colliding. The ancient and the modern, side by side. More pilgrims there, on the side of the road. Village of Ogbourne, that's where my granddad, maternal grandfather, is from, and where he's buried. Generations of my ancestors in this part of Wiltshire. There we go. Back on the Ridgeway proper. Just past those lads again. So the village of Liddington that we just passed by, crossing the M4, has quite an interesting piece of folklore associated with it. It's quite a common story across Europe, actually, associated with many places. It's called stone soup. So if you want to learn how to make soup from a stone, then be sure to watch that. There's the M4 all the way over there. We've crossed over that. That's better. Up away from the traffic. Just heard and saw some yellow hammers. That's a type of bird, not a yellow hammer. Up ahead here, this looks like Liddington Castle. So we're coming up to Liddington Castle now. Again, you can hear all the skylarks around me. I think you can hear that. What's really amazing about this hill fort in folklore is that this is, or was thought to be, the site of the Battle of Mount Badon. So I am walking now possibly on Mount Badon. That is where King Arthur finally defeated the Saxons here in Wiltshire. Two skylarks just flying off in front of me there. Arthur and Merlin flying into prehistory. I'm not sure there's much archaeological evidence of a battle here. It's interesting how these ancient monuments attach themselves to later mythologies. I don't think I was meant to come this way. I shouldn't really have walked through that farmer's crop. I feel a bit bad about that, but it's only me. Well, just like the Saxon hordes assailing the ancient Britons, I'm going to have to assail the ramparts. Assailed the first defences. Now this next bank. Bollocks. I'm trying to sail it from this direction. It's quite a basic hill fort. You can tell why it's quite an early one. Just the ramparts aren't quite as big as some other hill forts along the Ridgeway. Right, I'm going for it. I'm taking the plunge. Ooh, I sailed the nettles. Right, up we go. Cresting the hill. Imagine the palisades here, slingshots raining down on you as you're ascending the ramparts and up onto the palisade walls. And, oh, everyone's gone, abandoned. The stinging nettle legionaries couldn't hold me back. Well, they could hold me back, but now I've gone around the other side. I've done a manoeuvre. Hatchet! Ow, stung me. There we go. This is as good as it gets. I'm inclined to agree. Look at that view. You can see who's coming over the Ridgeway to the east. You can see everything to the north and the south. And of course, the beautiful southwest. Avebury. Well, that way. That's where we're heading. And Liddington, where we've come from. Now, here's the east side entrance. This is where I should have come in. Just imagine when this was a great wooden palisaded gate here, controlling all trade and travel along the Ridgeway. All this flint up on the field margins. So much of it, look. Bound to find like a bit of cutting skinning tool or something. So much flint. Right, so we've had a bit of a detour off the Ridgeway. The sun's going down, we're short on supplies, so I'm doing a bit of a trek to a nearby village to visit a garage. Tam's setting up camp at the base of the Ridgeway that you can see behind me, and tomorrow we're going to make our way back and along to Barbury Castle. There's Barbury Castle, up on the ridge there. Tam's setting up camp just in that nook there. I think that's where the garage I'm going to is. Hope it's not on fire. Hello, bud. It's almost a full moon. Look at that, nearly full moon. Full moon on a solstice. Can't remember when the last time that was. Beautiful landscape. You forget that the Neolithic peoples, the megalith builders, and the temples such as Avebury, they weren't just marking the passage of the sun, but also the moon. And they would have surely had a lunar mythology as well as a solar one, now lost to us. And of course, the passage of the stars and the procession of the equinoxes as well. They would have seen the starscape change. They would have had those stories recorded from their ancestors, maybe even way back in the Mesolithic. They would have known that the shape of the sky was shifting because those alignments weren't there. I wonder what a full moon on a summer solstice meant for them mythologically. Guess we can only imagine now. Heathen. Gotta be, really. Got supplies, beer, wine, pasta. See how Tam's got on with that tent. Nice tent job. That looks really snug in there. Are you carving a spoon? So today we'll get back on the Ridgeway and walk all the way along there to Barbury Castle, the next hill fort. Come on, let's go. Right, gotta get back up onto this now. Ridgeway curls all the way around there, look. Great serpentine flow across the land. Praise you, serpent in the land. Praise you, sun and sky and hills. Praise you, earth that makes the grass grow. Praise you, kestrel, skylark, owl at the hinge of day. Praise you, great mystery. That would have been a nice spot. Oh well. Make sure we take the right byway. It's a garden of forking paths. Yeah, Ridgeway this way. We literally keep overtaking and then being overtaken by these guys
So
for the past
awkward.
day. Coming up to another road now. They're also heading to Avebury for Solstice. Fellow pilgrims along the road. And for you, the viewer at home, another update on our progress. There's Segsbury Castle, if you remember that. Glowingstone, Uffington Parcel, Waylands, Long Barrow, past Fox Hill, past Liddington Castle, and now we're here, Ogbourne St George. Gonna head up to Barbury Castle after going through this little villagey bit. We're not far from the village of Ogbourne, lovely village. My granddad is from and is buried there. Lots of ancestors in Wiltshire. Maybe that's why this space feels very held for me.
Did you get lost?
A little bit, behind a hedge. There's a little yellow hammer there, which you probably can't see. Just having a little lunch stop here.
6. That's pretty cool.
6 crossroads.
1, 2, 3. Like that. Isn't this where you stand and see the devil?
Yeah, this is a devilish spot. This is a crossover. We're going that way though, taking the right fork, following the Ridgeway. I feel like a tinker with all this on my back. Path descending now into the village of Southend before we climb back up to Barbury Castle. Yeah, they're all sad stumps. Look, they're on all of them. Someone's gone through a lot of effort to express their displeasure at all these felled trees along this part of the route. Either that or it was spirits of the other side, armed with a marker pen.
That's really sad.
This is interesting. Looks like an abandoned railway bridge, maybe? Barbury Castle, straight ahead. Here we go. Must be the start of the little hamlet of Southend. Beautiful thatch building. Shame it's right by a road. Mira, good boy. Well, huge gratitude to this thatched homeowner for providing a tap for pilgrims and pilgrim hounds.
That's really cool.
Thank you, Elm Tree Cottage. It's lovely, isn't it? Look, all these traditional buildings made out of local materials. Flint, lots of flint. And that last one was made out of chalk, bricks, rocks of chalk, local clay, I imagine. And thatch. Tollgate Cottage, it says. Obviously. This used to be a toll on the Ridgeway. Right, over another road and up the hill to Barbury Castle. A talisman to match your talisman that I found for you yesterday.
Got you your own talisman.
Thank you very much. Birds of a feather. There was a bit of a gap in the filming. We lost battery power, but it wasn't a hugely interesting stretch of Ridgeway anyway. You may notice I'm shorn of pack and dog. That's because my brother's fiancée Harriet has met us in Barbury Castle car park and brought us snacks and supplies, and she's going to take the dog back home and take our heavy bags, so we're just going to have day packs to wander down to the end of the Ridgeway to Avebury. So I'm just going to show you Barbury Castle now. And here we are at Barbury Castle. So we come all this way. And finally arrived here. It's a bit more of a picnic area up here. There's the castle over there, look. See the Ridgeway there. You can see how far we've come. There's clearly a shoot going on. You can hear the shotguns. Nero would be freaking out. Had so much of this walk just to ourselves or with fellow pilgrims and walkers. Now I get to this monument and there's all the grockles. All the grockles that are driven up here, cheating, using the car park. So there is the hill fort ahead of Barbury Castle. It's about the third hill fort now we've encountered. Uffington Castle, Liddington Castle, and now Barbury Castle. Castles, lots of castles. Hope you lot aren't too bored of castles. Obviously you think castle, you think of a medieval castle, don't you? Not one of these Iron Age hill forts. Back in the day, it must have been very impressive. So there's a double ditch and rampart around this one. Probably the most impressive and largest Iron Age hill fort in the area. Huge wooden ramparts, probably a double palisade wall, probably watchtowers so they could see people coming. The Romans had to deal with this. They had their ballistas and whatnot, so they could rain down artillery from a distance. This would have been one of the tribal capitals of this area. So here we are. This is the main eastern entrance. There would have been a big wooden gate here with watchtowers either side. So I'm going up the bank now. This is the first bank of two banks. There you can see what you have to deal with here. Look how deep this ditch is towards the other bank. So you would have had to fight your way all the way down there and then up, and there would have been a palisade wall up there, really tall, with Celtic warriors on top lobbing spears and stones at you. And once you're up here on the bank, you can see for miles. Just look at the views to the north as well. And the Iron Age people as well, they were the first to build solar farms, you can see there, to harness the power of the sun. That art was lost until the present day. Over there where we're going, that tree line, I think one of those clumps is Hackpen Hill. It's absolutely huge, this hill fort. Previous castles that I've shown you on this walk have been associated with different battles, either in legend or history. Sometimes the line is a bit blurry. So we've seen where King Alfred supposedly finally defeated the Danes in the early medieval period. King Alfred, the king of the Anglo-Saxons, of course. And we go further back in history at the last castle at Liddington, where King Arthur, the legendary leader of the Romano-British, the Celtic Britons, way back after the collapse of the Roman Empire, King Arthur is supposed to have defeated or won a major victory against the incoming Saxon invaders further back along the Ridgeway. This castle though, this hill fort, the biggest in this area, it's absolutely huge, about 4 hectares. You can't even see the other bank from here. But this castle is supposed to be where the Britons, the Romano-British, were finally defeated by the Anglo-Saxons. And this was the last defeat of the Britons, the native Britons in this area. And they were pushed further west and south into Wales and down into Devon and Cornwall and Wiltshire. From that date on, in about the 6th century AD, would forever now be the Kingdom of Wessex, the Anglo-Saxon Kingdom of Wessex. So it's kind of a meaningful place, this, the last stand of the ancient Britons here, or the Romano-British, I suppose. The chieftain of the Saxons, his name was Barrow, and he has given his name to Barbury Castle. You can imagine the early medieval warriors lining up down there on the valley floor. The Romano-British warriors up here on the castle, rushing down to face the Saxon hordes down there. And then once victorious, the Saxons marching up and taking this place. Go on, get you gone, you bloody Saxons. I'm defending my castle walls. So this is the western entrance, just 2 entrances to this one. A bivalve fort, you might say. So where I'm stood right now, there would have probably been a huge wooden watchtower. And then a huge gate right here, protecting the western route of the Ridgeway, which continues up over there to Hackpen Hill, where we're going next. Look, even 2,500 years after it was made, still a right old steep drop down there. Good. Tory cuts to local councils, perhaps to blame. Delicious. I'll piss in a hedge then. Hello, boy. Hello, boy. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Come on then. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, he's so cute. He's making sure I was safe from the shotguns. Come on, boy. Yeah, they're cunts, aren't they? Someone's ready for solstice, aren't they?
I tried to stand up my feet out too much.
Are you dressed as some kind of deer goddess?
Yes, I am.
Deer goddess.
Dear goddess.
Here's Harry. So, been walking a while since Barbury Castle, and we're just coming up to the next point on the Ridgeway now. Hatchet Hill. So in the folklore, there was a shepherd from a nearby village called Winterbourne Basset, just down there, down the escarpment. And this shepherd was tending his sheep on the hill, and then all his sheep went into an opening in the Barrow, and the shepherd followed the sheep in, and inside the Barrow was a whole sunny meadows. It was winter where he was, mind, but sunlit meadows and pastures and woodlands, a whole fairy realm. He found his way out in the end, and for his whole life he was searching for a way back in, because he met a beautiful woman under the mound. I will tell that story on this channel. I'll put a link to it here if you want to hear me tell the full version of the fairy mound of Hatchet Hill. Years ago, when I was walking the Ridgeway again, I camped out in this little copse of trees on Hatchet Hill, and I had some very, very strange dreams. More revellers, it looks like. There's not normally all these cars parked here. It's because it's solstice. Look, he's come all the way from Wales. In we go. Hello guys, how's it going? Did you camp the night here, did you? Yeah. Strange dreams?
Nah.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
We camp here every year.
This is sort of, this has been the spirit of the Ridgeway for quite a few decades now. Just sort of people in vans parked up playing music, carnival atmosphere. I like it. Bevan's been here. Bevan's clearly a bit of a twat. There's another clump on the horizon there we've walked past. The one I'm stood in looks like that. There's many of those burial mounds scattered along the Ridgeway, which are now little copses of beech trees. New, of course. I'm imagining all the roots going into the bones of the dead or into the fairy hill. So leaving the Hatchet Hill camp spot and continuing. There's a car park here, hence why there's so many vans. And now it's the last section of Ridgeway, the approach to the solar temple and the lunar temple and the star temple, the great cosmic temple of the cosmos. Avebury Henge, the Dragon Temple, if you will believe William Stukeley, the classic antiquarian who did so much work on these monuments. Shit in a bag, an offering. In previous years, going back quite a few years, just starting now until you reach Avebury, there's just a whole run of vans, some big buses as well, open, some serving food and drink. Real carnival atmosphere. It's a lot quieter now. It's a nice Renault, like that. Oh, look. Pagans. Got a pentagram on the front of their car. Right, here we go. The final stretch. Yeah, look, it's locked, look. Mind you, I bet someone could use that combination. So I think we'll see less vehicles along this stretch of the Ridgeway. Maybe. The final stretch.
The final stretch.
Ba-da-da-dam, ba-da-da-ba-bam. So take me through your solstice get up, babe.
So I have the classic antlered hat.
Yeah.
Lots of layers.
Lots of layers, yeah.
You know, you pass
Good,
through
good
the
to be
night
practical.
through the airport. So I've got my thermal leggings on.
Nice.
My floaty recycled sari skirt.
Nice.
My sheepskin to regulate my temperature.
Lovely.
And a little cardigan.
Did you barter that sheepskin for spoons in Ireland?
Yes, for a lovely magical little witch. Take me through your get up.
I've got a flower in my hat, lighter on a string. Got my poncho strapped to my bag, and the rest of me is just kind of dressed like a Herbert, really. Got Herbert boots, Herbert water. But you cannot beat Wiltshire. It may look the same to you viewers, but I tell you, it feels different coming into Wiltshire. Feels older.
Yes, you should walk the Ridgeway from Isley Beacon back to Avebury. It's a pilgrimage.
It's a pilgrimage, thank
You're
you.
meant to do it like that.
So everyone else walks it the wrong way.
They walk it the wrong way.
And you last walked it 10 years ago?
I walked it 10 years ago, that's correct.
Excellent. Well, enjoy Hackpen Hill. Happy
Weather-
solstice
weather
to
was
you.
glorious, and I walked it back, and when I got there, it was just the solstice celebrations happening. It was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes,
Well,
happy solstice to you too.
well, hopefully see you down there. We're following behind those lads. There is a trail of marijuana smoke that smells quite sweet. I feel a bit like a magic dragon following the scent. The gist of what story? And then the low road is the road of the dead, which funnily enough is kind of the road we're walking. The Ridgeway is sometimes considered the road of the dead because it's got all the burial mounds on it, even though we're quite high. And then the high road is the road above ground, you know, so it's the road of the living rather than the road of the underworld. And he's going back to Scotland because he'll just wizard himself back there. But he'll never see his true love on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond because he's dead.
So what do the verses say?
You take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll get to Scotland before you. Me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. What's really nice? Not having a bag is really, really nice.
Alright, I suppose, isn't it?
Is it only alright, is it?
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. Can't believe we've walked along. Oh no, that's a different ridge.
Is that Cherrill Monument? Yeah, it's Cherrill Monument, and Phone towers in Morgan's Hill.
Ah. So this is the end of the Ridgeway coming up then, isn't it? Not too shabby, is it? You can kind of see why the ancients were drawn to this landscape, can't you? It's just undulating. This is the place of the ancestors. People coming from across Britain, across Europe, to this landscape. This is illegal. It's almost as if the farmers put that sign there to frighten off hippies. Oh look, is that a dead hare?
It is a dead hare.
Ah,
Poor thing.
maybe the farmer put that there as well. You can see in the field behind Tamsin there, helpfully gestured, just kind of where our hand is. I don't think you can see them on this, but you can see some sheep moving, and you can also see some sarsen stones. So you can see why some people confuse them for sheep, because they look kind of the same from a distance.
They do, look at those over there.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, can you see them in the field?
Yeah, yeah.
Sheep or rock?
Sheep or rock?
Rock.
So in a Wiltshire dialect, Saracen becomes Saracen. Saracen. Saracen stone. So the Saracen stones are pagan stones. See, look at all those stones there, littering the landscape. And they look so alien on the landscape. No wonder the Mesolithic and Neolithic peoples viewed them as important objects and chose to make these monuments out of them.
What are you wearing?
It's an antler hat. All these little islands of trees you can see, little clumps in the middle of farmers' fields surrounded by crop. Every one of them is a burial mound. Some of them are all right to sleep on, but some of them, according to local custom, it is very unwise to sleep on.
Yeah, wait, this is a bit of woods that I've slept in before.
Making the final descent now to the sanctuary, the so-called sanctuary, part of the Avebury temple complex. So down there, if you can see the road, that is where there is an avenue of stones that used to be the great processional route into Avebury Henge itself. So we are walking in the footsteps of the ancient Britons 4,000 to 5,000 years ago now, walking across this ancient road to its end at the sanctuary, which is possibly the meeting point for all these pilgrims, all these Stone Age wanderers come to take part in the festivities at solstice. So just a few years ago, this whole section of the Ridgeway here, where we're walking now, was awash with vans and living vehicles, pumping music out. I think I said before, a real carnival atmosphere. So when you've been walking on with your pack for a long time, it's just a bit of a joy to meet all these people and maybe get an opportunity for some refreshment. I imagine it was probably the same in the Neolithic and Bronze Age, when pilgrims and wanderers would have come from across Britain using these ancient superhighways And finally they'll be getting here and hearing the drums, and they'll be getting into a festival atmosphere now. I do see a tent up ahead. Not quite the carnival atmosphere it once was, but clearly people are still inhabiting this end section of the Ridgeway before the sanctuary. Descending down to the main road now. Look, there are some burial mounds there. Sheep or rock? Coming up to the main road now. The sanctuary these days is a bit uninspiring. Just a load of concrete blocks next to a road. But once it would have been a great, great welcoming point. So none of this used to be here. Ridgeway banned. Ridgeway and sanctuary, here it is. This is officially the end of the Ridgeway. This is it. This is what the Stone Age pilgrim would have encountered. So every one of these concrete blocks represents a post hole. In each post hole there would have stood a wooden post, a big oak timber, and it would have been a little bit like Stonehenge. There's a similar monument to this in Stonehenge. It's called Woodhenge because it was made of wood in what is now called Dorrington Walls. One theory is that the wooden timber circles car alarm. The wooden circles would have been the places of the living, the place for revelry and celebration and car alarms and feasting. And the Stonehenges were the place of the dead, for the ancestors. That's one theory. So from here, from the sanctuary, we pass down the avenue. Fuck's sake. One theory is that monuments So just beyond that hill is West Kennet Long Barrow. It was probably the very first, one of the first features in this sacred landscape. So the later people that built this causeway we're coming up to, and Avebury Henge, their ancestors will be in that burial mound just up there. So we're coming up to the proper causeway now, connecting the sanctuary with Avebury Stone Circle. So there's one theory about these avenues. It's that the dead would be cremated at the Woodhenge, in this case at the sanctuary, and their cremated remains would be carried along this avenue and then scattered or buried or interred at the stone monument, in this case the Henge at Avebury, because that represents the ancestors that would look after the living. So this represents the journey from the life into the afterlife, walking down this avenue here. Police presence. Oh look, that's a nice one. 609. It's a little offering, isn't it? Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
I was wearing these trousers and the trainers.
Two people behind me in the shadow of that stone watching England play Denmark at the Euros. Interesting, given all these battles between Anglo-Saxons and Vikings along the Ridgeway. So look, we're just coming up to Avebury Henge now. You can see the huge ramparts. So we're coming to the end of the avenue now. We're going to cross a road, which may not have been there in the Neolithic, and then we're going to enter the stone circle at Avebury from the south, and there'll be two large stones just beyond a stand of beech trees, which you'll see now. Already I'm surprised how few people there are. I thought there'd be throngs of people on the banks by now. And there in the distance you can see the old Red Lion pub. The only pub in the world, as far as I know, set in the middle of a prehistoric stone circle. And we're going in there for a pint, for it is the end of our walk. I wasn't recording then.
Oh, sorry guys.
Well, those stones we just passed through was the entrance to the great temple complex of Avebury. We're in the south inner circle now. There's a north circle, not much left of it, the other side of the pub. But first,
Hey, where are we?
we're at the Red Lion pub in Avebury. With
We did
plastic glasses. I just met this delightful gentleman, and this is the first time I've ever been recognised in public for this channel. So thank you, this man. How are you doing, dear woman?
So Ollie is basically a celebrity here, and he's been recognised twice.
Oh my God, Hat Sisters! They're rotting! Secretly, they're both massively jealous that they haven't got a unique hat.
What you doing, babe?
Squeezing your hoofs, that's what I'm doing. Squeezing your dear hoofs. Ah! I keep squeezing the blisters, sorry. Oh, I need to have a snooze under a stone.
Plenty of stones around here.
That little cottage there.
Aww,
Such a little cute one.
I think that's the back of the one I wanted.
So this is what is known as the Cove. We are now in the north circle of the Avebury Henge. This is pretty much all that's left. That's all right, I've got a bottle.
Who said that?
Not Sarah.
Ian. Around the entire horizon,
I did not know that.
mirrored by the chalk bank of Avebury Henge. It's making a map of a mirror of the cosmos.
Well, I knew that it was mirroring the cosmos.
And then, of course, sat in the middle of Avebury Henge, you would see the white chalk all the way around. So you'd see a ring and then another ring. So it's the cosmos within the cosmos. How cool is that?
That's fucking ace. Which is odd, because I thought they had roundhouses.
That's funny, actually, to think if, you know, human civilization collapses and all the all the motorways crumble into dust, nothing but plastic, but these stones will probably still be here.
Yeah. A layer of plastic.
That's our input. That's our civilization's input. A load of concrete and plastic.
Yes, it is very, very beautiful. The moon. I don't know, have you seen the moon? Yes. You've been sitting here. How long have you been sitting here?
Absolutely crazy. Even camping out the last few days, we're like, can't believe it's actually a full moon. Yeah.
This is some good mead.
What I don't have is any cannabis.
Well, I've got some.
Ah, well, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Should we go up to the tree?
I love these veins so much.
Oh, they're great, aren't they? Their roots go into the underworld.
I fell over there.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice to you. For what it's worth, you can record what you like, sir. For what it's worth, I apologise, but it is what it is.
And where's my wallet now as well? Where's my wallet?
Thank you so much, all of you that have come with us on this journey. I haven't talked that much about Avebury Henge, and I will make a separate video about the whole history and mythos and possible purpose of that place. Avebury has many, many possible theories and origins and meanings, but at its heart probably is a celebration of the solar cycle and the agricultural cycle that comes from it. We used to think that people used these stone circles like Stonehenge to plot when they should be planting out grain and things like that. You don't really need a stone circle to do that, but it probably certainly was a symbolic celebration of the various points of year. Avebury is also tied to ancestors and ancestor worship. We know now that at the centre of Avebury Henge there was a building that was lived in before Avebury was made. Avebury was made around this ancestral home, probably as a form of veneration. It might have even have been set on fire in a ritual act, and then the henge built around it as a place of the ancestors. It's very interesting that there's very little evidence of habitation inside Avebury Henge itself. So it was probably a ritual space, maybe used by members of a religious elite, like druids, not actually druids because they come later, but some sort of priestly caste anyway. It's also another theory that I really like, that the whole system of the avenue and the henge itself was not meant to be used by humans, but the dead or spirits of the other world. And they also come along the Ridgeway into this sort of spiritual nexus of Avebury Henge. A few solstices ago, I had quite a strong dose of dimethyltryptamine that someone gave me. Very strong, dissociative, hallucinogenic. And I looked around and I saw all these stones in exactly the same place. No people, but all this kind of spiritual energy wheeling around it. So that seemed to me to be a kind of, and I didn't know this back at the time about this theory of Avebury being a place for spirits of the dead, but it seemed to be confirmed to me quite strongly there on that experience, if you believe such things. The other really interesting thing about Avebury, and this is a recent discovery based on sort of recent discoveries of astroarchaeology, the sky was different when Avebury was built, obviously because of the precession of the equinoxes and the wobble of the Earth. The Milky Way in sort of 3000 BCE was not a streak across the sky as it is now. It was a ring around Avebury, around the horizon at winter solstice. So it sort of dipped a bit like that throughout the year. But at winter solstice, it made an exact ring around the horizon. Presumably, the ring of Avebury, when it was cleared of turf and was glowing white chalk, the ring of Avebury Henge would have been a mirror of the cosmos. So this is a very old idea called sympathetic magic. One of the principles being the macrocosm is a reflection of the microcosm and vice versa. So if you do something in this ritual space, be it a magic circle in the sand or a great henge of chalk, any ritual activity echoes throughout the cosmos and has an effect out there. It's one of the principles of magic. In a similar fashion, any ancestors that are set within that ring are also set in the cosmos. So there's an interplay between the cosmological world out there and the world of the dead and what is happening in this physical plane of ours. I believe that's one of the main purposes of Avebury Henge. It was a ritual space to affect the entire universe.